So hello everyone and welcome to Career Launcher. So in today's class, we'll be discussing important GK and current affairs which would be helpful for you in the CUET examination. And this series we are running every Tuesday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. I hope you all are aware of that. So if I'm audible and visible, please write yes in the comments so that we can begin the class. Am I audible, visible? Is everything fine? Please write yes in the comments. Okay. So basically, if you want to watch the previous classes, so first please subscribe to our channel, go to the playlist, and here is the playlist. Click on view full playlist and you can watch the previous videos which we have already done. So this series, we are doing it every Tuesday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Okay. So let us begin with the first question. So the first question says, why was the former Philippines president, Rodrigo Duterte, taken into custody by International Criminal Court? And you have to tell me the reason. See, this can be asked that since International Criminal Court is in the news, so they can ask where is the headquarters of International Criminal Court. So what is the answer? The answer is it is in The Hague, Netherlands. Okay, that is what you should be knowing about. So basically, he was arrested because he had earlier served as the president of Philippines and he fought against anti-drug campaign. But there is an allegation that he violated human rights, etc. and all. So that is why B is the right answer to this question. Okay, ICC takes custody of former Philippines president Rodrigo Duterte. And I hope you are aware. So here is India and this is Philippines. And what is the capital of Philippines? Manila. And India has recently decided to sell a very famous missile to Philippines. What is that missile called? Can anyone tell me? Because I think it is important. And the answer to this question is BrahMos missile, written like this: BRAHM capital, then OS, like this. And this missile, BrahMos missile, has been developed by India and Russia together. That is what you should be knowing about. Okay. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Why is Greenland so strategic for global powers like USA? I hope you are aware when Donald Trump came to power. When Donald Trump came to power, he said that he wants Greenland, etc. and all. So why is Greenland so much in the news? Anyone? The right answer is because it is located along a key route actually in the North Atlantic. So B is the right answer to this question. देखो मैं बताता हूँ. Key sea route. तो वो यहाँ पे USA, this is Greenland. ये वाला जो देख रहे हो. तो हो क्या रहा है कि ये वाला जो region जहाँ पर like initially we had a lot of like permafrost or what we call it as basically ice. You would have found a lot of you can say glaciers here or ice layers on this Arctic ocean, but now it is melting. I hope you are aware because of global warming, climate change, etc. And because of which there is a belief that maybe some new routes, sea routes will come. Okay. And that is why it becomes more important. Greenland is becoming more and more important. So, this region अब और ज़्यादा important हो रहा है because these things are melting, these areas, and there might be a new sea route that will open. And that is why it becomes important. So Greenland is becoming important. Moreover, it is also important for rare earth metals and different elements, etc. also. Okay. The next is recently QS World University Ranking was brought. QS is Quacquarelle Simons, है ना? Quacquarelle Simons करके, okay. This is actually a UK-based organization which comes up with ranking of different colleges and universities. It has put actually ISM Dhanbad on top. So B is the right answer to this question. Okay. ISM Dhanbad, highest global ranking among Indian institutions is QS World University Ranking. And it got 20th rank globally in engineering. So B is the right answer to this question. Let's move on to the next one. Which of the following launch vehicle was used to carry a SPHERE-X telescope into space? SPHERE-X mission के लिए कौन सा launch vehicle rocket use किया गया? So just remember it. The right answer is C. SpaceX का mission है Falcon 9. This is the name of the rocket that was used by SpaceX. Is a company of Elon Musk. It is a space agency. है ना, of USA, private space agency. So this rocket was used to send SpareX telescope mission. ठीक है, that is what you should know. And this SpareX telescope जो ये NASA का है, NASA is a US government agency, space agency. And this was sent by, this SpareX mission was sent by the rocket. The rocket was owned by SpaceX, which is a private space agency of Elon Musk. Okay, that is what you should know. Okay, the next is world's largest green energy park is going to be set up where? Gujarat, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh. What is the right answer? कहाँ बनने जा रहा है? World's largest green energy park. Anyone? If you know the answer, you can write it in the comments. The right answer is Gujarat. केवड़िया जगह का नाम है. Sorry, Khabda, not Kevadi, Khabda. Khabda is a place in Kutch, Gujarat, and here you will find world's largest green energy park being set up in Gujarat. Okay, Khabda, not Kevadi, Khabda. Okay. Please remember it. It is being developed by Adani Green Energy Limited. So this you should be knowing about. है ना? Let's move on. है ना? आप देख सकते हैं द हिंदू में न्यूज़पेपर में आर्टिकल भी आई थी. अदानी ग्रीन कमिशंस 480 मेगावाट सोलर एंड विंड एनर्जी कैपेसिटी ऑन ट्रैक टू कंप्लीट वर्ल्ड्स लार्जेस्ट रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी पार्क एट खावड़ा. Let's move on to the next one. According to the World Air Quality Report, which is released by IQ Air, a Switzerland-based organization, how many out of 20 polluted cities, most polluted cities of the world, how many Indian cities are there? Very important. 20 most polluted शहर में कितनी इंडियन सिटीज हैं टॉप 20 में? The right answer is D, 13. And which is the most polluted city of the world? That is in Meghalaya, Byron Hart. ठीक है, देखो Byron Hart is actually in Meghalaya. It is on border of Meghalaya and Assam. So just remember it, Meghalaya. It is the world's most polluted city and most polluted capital city में Delhi होगा. But अगर overall देखा जाए, so Byron Hart is the most polluted, है ना? So currently we are having 13, यानी 13 out of top 20 polluted cities you will find it in India. That is what you should be knowing. ठीक है ना? Byron Hart is the topmost. And I hope you are aware whenever there is a pollution, it will impact respiratory problem, chronic kidney cancer, and heart diseases, etc. The next is who has been recently selected for Central Bank's Digital Transformation Award 2025 in London, UK. RBI, Reserve Bank of India, Rashtriya Nepal Bank, Bangladesh Bank, Reserve Bank of Malaysia. What is the right answer? बताओ. The right answer is A, and RBI. So RBI has been actually selected for Central Bank's Digital Transformation Award. So RBI of India. So RBI is India's central bank, है ना? So there are central bank in other countries also, but India's central bank, that is RBI, has won this, and this is honor for us also. So you should remember it. This is an award given in London. Now the next is, I hope you are aware that Sunita Williams was stuck in space. Sunita Williams along with Butch Wilmore, they were sent by Starliner, which is a Boeing, which is sent by Boeing company. Okay, last year I think June के आसपास they were sent, and they were stuck in International Space Station. तो जाके वहां फंस गए थे. They were stuck in International Space Station. So they were brought back. They were supposed to go only for 8 to 10 days. Hardly 8 या 10 दिन के लिए भेजा गया था. But unfortunately, they got stuck for almost 9-10 months. And they were brought back by SpaceX and NASA together. SpaceX is a Elon Musk company, है ना? Elon Musk owned space agency of USA. NASA is a US government space agency. ठीक है? So both together brought it back. भेजा था Starliner ने, वापस लाया SpaceX और NASA ने मिलके. ठीक है? That is what you should be knowing. If you are interested to know more about the Sunita Williams, you can watch this video. Just search this on YouTube, and you will get this video. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. अभी क्या India State of Forest report release हुई है. India State of Forest report. This report is released by FSI, फॉरेस्ट सर्वे ऑफ इंडिया देहरादून है ना. This is actually in Dehradun, है ना, फॉरेस्ट सर्वे ऑफ इंडिया ना करके है. So every 2 years this report is released. It tells about how much percentage of tree and forest cover are there in India. So forest और tree मिला करके कहोगे, so we are having 25.17%. Okay, so C is the right answer to this question. And what is the target? So India's target is that total out of total area, 33% of area should be covered with tree and forest. Okay, so you should know C is the right answer to this question. Okay, है ना. So देखो अगर ट्री कवर देखोगे तो 3.41% है और फॉरेस्ट कवर देखोगे तो 21.67. तो if you add both it will get 25.17%. ठीक है. So ट्री और फॉरेस्ट कवर में थोड़ा सा डिफरेंस होता है. ठीक है, I'm not going in that detail, but you should know that there is a slight difference between what is a tree cover and what is a forest cover. ठीक है, वो 10 हेक्टेयर से बड़े लैंड में होता है 10%. And there are some criteria. We are not going in that detail. ठीक है, but just remember overall forest plus tree cover in India is 25.17%. The target is 33%. Okay. And 1/3 of India's land should be covered with forest. That is what the target is. Let's move on further. ये वाला important नहीं. Let's move on. हाँ. In a scientific breakthrough, science researchers have found that a light can be converted into this for the first time ever. Super solid इसको कहते हैं. लाइट से सुपर सॉलिड कन्वर्ट किया गया. इतना डिटेल नहीं जाना, बट जस्ट रिमेंबर इट दैट अ मैटर वाज फाउंड लाइक लाइट वाज कन्वर्टेड इनटू सुपर सॉलिड. जस्ट रिमेंबर इट. ठीक है, इसमें बहुत डिटेल नहीं जाना. व्हाट इज सुपर सॉलिड, हाउ इट इज बीइंग डन एंड ऑल इज नॉट व्हाट इज रिक्वायर्ड. द नेक्स्ट वन इज 3D प्रिंटिंग इज अ एडवांस्ड टेक्नोलॉजी नाउअडेज. ठीक है, एडिटिव मैन्युफैक्चरिंग भी इसको कहते हैं. दिस इज अ न्यू टेक्नोलॉजी फॉर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग थिंग्स. सो रिसेंटली अ ट्रेन स्टेशन वाज बिल्ट in this country by the help of 3D printing technology. Which country is being talked about? If you know the answer, please write the option. Please write. The right answer is option B. Japan is the right answer. है ना? World's first 3D printed railway station built in 6 hours. है ना? In Japan. The next one is National Vaccination Day is observed when? अच्छा, इस तरह क्वेश्चन आता है CUET में ना कि फादर ऑफ वैक्सीनेशन या फाउंडर ऑफ इम्यूनोलॉजी. फाउंडर ऑफ वैक्सीनेशन या फादर ऑफ इम्यूनोलॉजी. एंड एडवर्ड जेनर को दिया था ना. एडवर्ड जेनर is a person who brought the concept of vaccine, and first vaccine was a smallpox vaccine, which is now eradicated in the world. So vaccination day ने 16th March को celebrate करते हैं. ठीक है, so D is the right answer to this question. And this year the theme was vaccine works for all. What to do with vocabulary? जितना भी करो. देखो चैलेंजर, आप परेशान नहीं हो. फर्स्ट यू जितने भी PYQs हैं वोकैबुलरी का वो कर लो. ठीक है, एंड देन वोकैबुलरी में क्या है कि प्रैक्टिस करते रहना है. ठीक है, नथिंग टू फील डिमोटिवेटेड. देखो आपको जब भी कोई भी कंपटीशन होता है ना, उसमें आपको एग्जाम से कम कंपटीशन है. इट्स एक्चुअली यू हैव टू बी बेटर देन अदर्स. ठीक है, सो आप पढ़ते चले जाओ. डू नॉट थिंक कि इतना हो गया, इतना और बाकी है. ठीक है ना. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यस, इट इज ट्रू दैट वोकैबुलरी जो होता है वो एक तरह से इनफाइनाइट भी होता है, बट स्टिल जो स्टैंडर्ड बुक्स है वोकैबुलरी की, है ना, उसको पढ़ लो एंड कीप ऑन रिवाइजिंग इट. ठीक है, दैट इज व्हाट द आइडिया इज. कीप ऑन यूजिंग द वर्ड्स एंड रिवाइजिंग इट. ठीक है. Which of the following country has recently invoked Alien Enemies Act? है ना. एक्चुअली वेनेजुला का एक गैंग है, ट्रेन डी अरागुआ गैंग. So it is famous for drugs and other crimes, etc. So the people of these gangs were in America, and it was expelled back to Venezuela. So the US America invoked this Alien Enemies Act. Okay, that is what you should be knowing. So B is the right answer. देखो US से वापस भेज दिया गया यहाँ वेनेजुला, because these were part of the Tren de Aragua gang were actually the part of the gang over there for crime like drugs trafficking, etc. and that is why all those actually who were found linked to that were expelled back by using this law in America, the Alien Enemies Act. Let's move on to the next one. Christopher Luxon recently actually arrived in India. He participated in the Raisina dialogue also, etc. So Christopher Luxon came to India 2-3 months back. Please tell me he's a prime minister of which country? New Zealand, Austria, Germany, France. What is the right answer? The right answer is option A. New Zealand is the right answer to this question. New Zealand PM Christopher Luxon arrives on 5-day visit. Okay. So that is what you should know. So, and ये मार्च की news आप देख सकते हो. Let's move on to the next one. Recently, Dash has announced that it will install 58-foot statue of freedom fighter P. Sriramalu. He was a freedom fighter belonging to which state? Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, Kerala. What is the right answer? Yes, the right answer is Andhra Pradesh. Yes, challenger, right? A is the right answer. In fact, he was the person who was instrumental in protesting for a separate Andhra state. And he died in fast unto death, a hunger strike for almost 56 days, just to have a separate Andhra Pradesh state. Because earlier it was a part of Madras presidency. So देखो पहले यहाँ पे Madras presidency हुआ करता था. This was Madras presidency. Okay. And so he demanded that Andhra Pradesh should be separated. So Andhra Pradesh itna pehle bana tha, na, from Tamil Nadu. So this became Tamil Nadu, and this is Andhra Pradesh. And later on, this became Andhra Pradesh. But in 2013, it was again split, and this became Telangana. Okay. So Mr. P. Sriramalu was the person who was behind the creation of Andhra Pradesh. Yes. The next one is PM Yuva scheme. Recently launched, the third version or the third phase was launched by Prime Minister. This is for what purpose? So the right answer is, this is for Ministry of Education, by Ministry of Education, for the purpose that a person below 30 years of age can become a budding authors to promote India's culture. That is what the idea is. So of course, this is related with authors. जैसे आप कॉमर्स लगा authors की बात करें, promoting young authors, it means it must be talking about Ministry of Education. Chances are high. So C is the right answer to this question. The next is third IPL, women's IPL हुआ था, like we are having men's IPL, so something similar to that. Women's Premier League is also being organized. So इस साल third women's Premier League हुआ था. Who won it? By defeating which cricket team? बताओ किसने जीता था women's IPL या women's Premier League? The right answer is option A, Mumbai Indians. Harmanpreet Kaur is the captain. Harmanpreet Kaur led Mumbai Indians, won by defeating Delhi Capitals. Okay. And this was the third season of Women's Premier League that happened from 14 February to 15th March. ये पूछ सकते हैं, ये सब पूछते हैं कभी-कभी cricket match related. So Women's IPL किसने जीता? So Mumbai Indians. This is important. Okay. That is what you should be knowing about. और टाटा इसका मेन ब्रांड स्पॉन्सर है, ये सभी करके पूछते हैं कि which is the main sponsor or brand of Women's Premier League. So the answer is Tata. Please remember it. The next is when do we celebrate Pi Day? Look, I hope if you have been taught in maths, pi is like 3.14. ठीक है. अब देखो थर्ड मंथ कौन सा होता है? मार्च का 14th day. So 14th March is actually celebrated as Pi Day. Okay, so D is the right answer to this question. Okay. just remember it, है ना. The next one is world's first gold and silver pendant ATM was launched in which of the following temple? Meenakshi Temple, Tamil Nadu; Tirumala Temple, Andhra Pradesh; Shirdi Sai Baba Temple, Maharashtra; Vaishno Devi Temple, Jammu and Kashmir. What is the right answer? The right answer is option B, Tirumala Temple, Andhra Pradesh. B is the right answer, है ना. TTD, Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam Temple, है ना. आप देख सकते हो, this is the image, and this you will find it in Andhra Pradesh, है ना. Tirupati Balaji Temple, and both are same thing actually. Huh? Let's move on to the next one. Recently, the government of Peru is actually a country in South America. Okay. And its capital is Lima. So its capital and one more city has actually witnessed a state of emergency. Why? What is the reason? The right answer actually is, what happened was, there's a very famous musician, Paul Flores. He was actually killed by someone. So to address a surge in violent crime and extortion. So what happened was, uske baad a lot of protests started happening, and a lot of crime in response to that started happening. So Babala Singh shot dead by hitman, prompting state of emergency in capital war, extortion, killing and all. So there are news that perhaps the crimes are very high in Peru, and that is why they had to impose these emergencies, etc. Okay. So इसीलिए you should be knowing. Yes, here is India. This is South America continent. And here is Peru. Peru की capital is Lima. Okay. The next one is best airports for arrival globally, according to ACI ASQ award. The best airport for arrival recently was declared. तो जनरली क्या आता है, एयरपोर्ट्स में जो है ना सबसे अच्छा ब्यूटीफुल एयरपोर्ट्स, 5-स्टार एयरपोर्ट, इसमें जो है ना केम्पेगौड़ा इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट ही आंसर होता है मोस्टली. आई एम जस्ट टेलिंग यू. इनफैक्ट रिसेंटली इसका टर्मिनल है T2, उसको 5-स्टार रेटिंग दिया गया बाय स्काई ट्रैक्स. सो जस्ट रिमेंबर इट. So when it comes to beautiful airports or good airports के criteria में, केम्पेगौड़ा इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट ऑफ बेंगलुरु is actually considered as on the top generally. अगर वर्ल्ड लेवल पे पूछा जाए सबसे मोस्ट एक्सक्यूजाइड एयरपोर्ट, तब जनरली ये बोला जाता है सिंगापुर का चांगी एयरपोर्ट. आई एम गिविंग एन आइडिया सो दैट इफ देयर इज अ क्वेश्चन इन एग्जाम यू कैन आंसर इट अकॉर्डिंगली. ठीक है. ओके, लेट्स मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट वन. Caracal recently sighted in Rajasthan are known for which feature? Caracal एक तरह का जानवर एनिमल होता है सिमिलर टू डॉग. आपको ये बताना है कि इसके क्या खास बात है. व्हाट इज सो स्पेशल इन द अपीयरेंस. देखने में आपको क्या खास लगेगा इसमें. The right answer is pointy black ears. So C is the right answer. इस तरह का कान है ना, लंबा लंबा कान खड़ा खड़ा है ना, Caracal है ना. These are found in Pakistan and North West India, राजस्थान वगैरह में. ठीक है, that is what you should know. Robust build, long legs, short face, long tough ears, है ना. So that is what you should know. So C is the right answer. The next is ISRO's second space port is coming up with Karapatanam coastal town. ठीक है, देखो एक्चुअली क्या है, इसरो का एक बहुत फेमस स्पेस सेंटर है from where it launches the rockets. That's called as SDSC, Satish Dhawan Space Center. आपने नाम सुना होगा. I'm sure you must have heard this. And this is actually in Sriharikota, which is actually in Andhra Pradesh. Okay, there is another one. There is another one which is being developed in this place called as Karapatanam coastal town, and that is being set up in Tamil Nadu. ठीक है, तो ये वाला कई बार एग्जाम पूछते हैं. सतीश धवन स्पेस सेंटर श्रीहरिकोटा से जो जितने भी रॉकेट लॉन्च होता है वो कहाँ से, विच स्टेट, तो आंध्र प्रदेश. ठीक है, ये आपको पता होना चाहिए. ठीक है, सारे क्वेश्चन न्यू लग रहे, कोई बात नहीं सर, रिवीजन चैलेंज. ठीक है ना, परेशान नहीं हो. तो देखो दिस इज एक्चुअली तमिलनाडु, दिस इज सतीश धवन स्पेस सेंटर श्रीहरिकोटा, है ना, जहां से ऑल द सैटेलाइट्स आर लॉन्च। एंड ये दूसरा है जो बनने जा रहा है अभी, जिसका हम कोलासीकारापट्टनम, है ना, दिस इज द नेक्स्ट वन। Okay, the next one is recently I think 5 judges of Supreme Court have decided to visit Manipur, है ना। In this regard, which of the following legal aid agency becomes important? देखो एक एजेंसी है which provides, ऐसे समझ लो, provides free lawyer to poor and weaker section, ठीक है। अब ऐसे समझ लो, आई एम एक्सप्लेनिंग इट इन अ वेरी लेमन टर्म्स। जैसे जो गरीब आदमी अगर वो अरेस्ट हो गया या उसके खिलाफ कोई केस है तो वो लॉयर हायर नहीं कर सकता है ना, तो उसके लिए एक एजेंसी है which provides free lawyers to poor and weaker section. It is called as NALSA, National Legal Service Authority, ठीक है। Okay, so just remember it. So B is the right answer. It is playing a key role in providing legal aid and support to affected communities in Manipur. So B is the right answer. Okay. The next one is रिसेंटली सुप्रीम कोर्ट का जजमेंट आया था जिसमें सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा था कि आना सागर लेक है अजमेर में, उसके इंक्रोचमेंट्स को डिमोलिश किया जाए, मतलब वहां पे बिल्डिंग्स वगैरह बना दी गई थी लेक में। द रीजन वाज एक्चुअली इसमें पार्क वगैरह बना दिया गया था, होता है ना वाटर पार्क टाइप समथिंग। सो द सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा कि इसको हटाइए बिकॉज इट वाज इफेक्टिंग द लेक, है ना, causing destruction of wetland. So C is the right answer. It was actually impacting the environment or the wetland of that lake. ठीक है। सो जस्ट हैव एन आइडिया, ऐसे पूछ सकते हैं कि आना सागर लेक कहां पर है, सो इट इज इन अजमेर, ठीक है। लाइक उन्होंने क्वेश्चन पूछा था CUET में, इट्स वेरी फेमस कि सिटी ऑफ लेक्स किसको कहते हैं, व्हाट इज द आंसर, प्लीज टेल मी। इन राजस्थान देयर इज अ सिटी दैट इज कॉल्ड एज सिटी ऑफ लेक्स, दिस इज अ CUET आस्क्ड क्वेश्चन, सो द आंसर इज उदयपुर, ठीक है। So these are the types of questions that are asked. International Day of Happiness कब मनाया जाता है? When do we celebrate International Day of Happiness? The right answer is 20th March. ठीक है, C is the right answer to this question. Days से एक बार क्वेश्चन आया था, जैसे पूछा था World Environment Day. This was asked in the exam. So this is on 5th June, ठीक है। फिर पूछा था योगा डे, इंटरनेशनल योगा डे on 21st June. So these are prominent days that are asked in exam. फिर ओजोन डे, है ना, वेरी फेमस 16 सितंबर, ये दोनों तुमको याद है कि पूछा था। फिर इंटरनेशनल वुमेन्स डे, बहुत फेमस, इंटरनेशनल वुमेन्स डे asked in CUET 8th March, ठीक है। These are prominent days. Then World Population Day, 11 जुलाई, ठीक है। तो इन्वायरमेंट डे, योगा डे और वुमेन्स डे, ये तीनों तो बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है। So these are prominent days that you should be knowing because they had already asked, ठीक है। Let's move on to the next one. Basically, FireSat, एक Fire satellite project है that was recently launched in low Earth orbit. So this is a satellite. This is a satellite that was sent with the initiative of which company? मतलब इसमें गूगल का रोल था, गूगल बैक इनिशिएटिव है, ठीक है। FireSat, गूगल बैक सैटेलाइट पुट इनटू स्पेस बाय इलॉन मस्क, SpaceX. तो सैटेलाइट जो है वो तो गूगल ने बनाया है, बट जो रॉकेट है, द रॉकेट वाज सेंट थ्रू SpaceX, ठीक है। एंड SpaceX इज अ प्राइवेट स्पेस एजेंसी ऑफ इलॉन मस्क, who is a very famous billionaire from America, है ना। ओके, आप देख सकते हो सुंदर पिचाई ने भी ट्वीट किया था, ये सैटेलाइट है ना। The next is Dash is making waves in India's AI system. देखो I'm sure you must have heard about this ChatGPT. These are example of large language model. फिर अब चाइनीज का एक है DeepSeek, है ना। Then now we are having Gemini of Google, many others, है ना। Similarly, India में भी एक something similar to that. One Bangalore-based startup is making a large language model. What is that called? उसका नाम क्या है? हाँ, नेशनल यूथ डे 12 जनवरी को होता है, ये चैलेंज था। ये सब पूछा था क्या? नेशनल यूथ डे आप लिख रहे हैं? हाँ, दैट इज ऑन 12 जनवरी इन द मेमोरी ऑफ स्वामी विवेकानंद. दैट आल्सो यू शुड नो. The right answer here is Sarvam AI. C is the right answer. Okay. Sarvam AI to build world's first homegrown AI foundational model. C is the right answer. The next is BPCL and Dash is set to develop world's first hydrogen-powered vertical takeoff and landing aircraft system. Vertical takeoff समझते हो? जैसे मान लीजिए एयरक्राफ्ट है, ठीक है. जेट जो होता है, मिलिट्री जेट ऐसे ही होता है ना, समथिंग सिमिलर टू दिस. ओके. तो वर्टिकल टेक ऑफ का मतलब है जैसे इसमें व्हील्स लगा हुआ है ना, मतलब ऐसे डायरेक्ट उड़ जाना, which is generally done by helicopter, right? But nowadays there are technologies where actually even the fighter jet can move like that, है ना? So the right answer is C. So BPCL and Kerala are actually developing something like this, है ना? So vertical take off हो जाना. उसमें क्या होता है actually? The idea behind it is actually to save the land, है ना? Land space for even if there is no runway, still you can manage. है ना? जैसे हेलीकॉप्टर में actually होता है. This is the technology specifically in helicopter. The next is Kandla port is set to launch India's first green dash plant, nitrogen, hydrogen, oxygen, helium. What is the right answer? So the right answer is आपने सुना होगा green hydrogen technology. This is very much in the news, and it is believed to be comparatively better technology, है ना? अरे green hydrogen technology, उसको काफी अच्छी टेक्नोलॉजी माना जा रहा है comparatively, because it is said कि it will burn and it will lead to the emission of water. नहीं, इतना डीप नहीं पूछते हैं, लेकिन कभी कभी आता है चैलेंजर. जैसे कुछ स्टार्टिंग का जो क्वेश्चन है दे आर बीइंग आस्क्ड, ठीक है. तो मैं बहुत डीप भी नहीं जा रहा हूँ, बट बहुत सरफेस लेवल पे भी जाना ठीक नहीं, बट आई एम जस्ट गिविंग एन आइडिया, ठीक है. सो हाइड्रोजन पावर्ड, है ना, इंडियाज फर्स्ट हाइड्रोजन प्लांट इज बीइंग सेट अप इन कांडला पोर्ट इन गुजरात, ठीक है. दैट इज व्हाट यू शुड नो, दैट इज मोर देन इनफ, ठीक है. अभी रिसेंटली एक वोल्केनो इरप्ट हुआ था, कौन से कंट्री में? दैट इज व्हाट यू शुड नो. लेबरटोबी, लाकी लाकी. देखो लास्ट में आई है ना, बहुत आसान है, लास्ट में आई पर एंड हो रहा है, आई से इंडोनेशिया, ठीक है. मे बी दे कैन आस्क, ये स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड है कि न्यूज में था लेबरटोबी, लाकी लाकी वोल्केनो का वहां से इंडोनेशिया. ऐसे पूरा रिसर्च नहीं करना है कि यू आर रिसर्चिंग कि वोल्केनो कहां पे है, तो जस्ट रिमेंबर इट, इंडोनेशिया में, है ना. सो दैट वाज वेरी मच इन द न्यूज. देखो ये फोटो भी कोई आदमी खींच रहे हैं, है ना. द नेक्स्ट वन इज वर्ल्ड हैप्पीनेस रिपोर्ट रिसेंटली रिलीज्ड. तो उसमें रैंक 1 किसको मिला? देखो हैप्पीनेस डे जो है 28 मार्च को मनाते हैं. डेज तो ऐसे भी पूछा है सीयूटी ने पास्ट में, वर्ल्ड हैप्पीनेस डे, है ना. सो ऑन दिस डे एक्चुअली दिस रिपोर्ट इज रिलीज्ड, वर्ल्ड हैप्पीनेस रिपोर्ट, ठीक है. एंड जस्ट रिमेंबर इट कि रैंक 1 जो है फिनलैंड को है, बट डेज ज्यादा पूछते हैं, सो डेज याद रखिएगा, है ना. डेनमार्क, फिनलैंड हैज गॉट रैंक 1 और इंडिया का 118 रैंक है, ठीक है. फिनलैंड इज द हैप्पीएस्ट. Okay, so that is what you should know, है ना. ये इंपॉर्टेंट है, दिस कैन बी आस्क्ड ऑफ कोर्स, ठीक है. एक बहुत फेमस अवार्ड है ज्ञानपीठ अवार्ड, ये लिटरेचर के फील्ड में दिया जाता है, तो इसको स्टार मार्क कर लीजिएगा ना. हु हैज गॉट दिस अवार्ड? वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ये कटिंग अक्रॉस डिफरेंट एग्जाम में पूछा जाता है, ठीक है. इन द सेंस कि आप कोई भी एग्जाम में बैठोगे ना जिसमें जीके करंट अफेयर्स पूछा जाता है, ज्ञानपीठ अवार्ड इज वेरी फेमस फॉर दैट, ठीक है. आना नहीं आना तो it depends upon question maker, but this is important. So it is an award given in the field of literature, ठीक है. So just remember it, this year the winner is Mr. Vinod Kumar Shukla. A is the right answer to this question, ठीक है, ठीक है. इनका नाम याद रखिएगा, है ना. ज्ञानपीठ, इसके बारे में रिसर्च नहीं करना है, ज्ञानपीठ अवार्ड कौन देते हैं, भारतीय ज्ञानपीठ देते हैं, बट ये जो विनर है इनका नाम याद रखना है, विनोद कुमार शुक्ला. दिस व्हाट यू हैव टू रिमेंबर, ठीक है ना. वी आर हैविंग ए न्यूक्लियर पावर प्लांट, है ना. बट एक नॉर्थ इंडिया में पहला न्यूक्लियर पावर प्लांट बन रहा है. व्हाट इज दैट? एकदम नॉर्दर्न पोर्शन में. तो जैसे यूपी वगैरह में है, वी आर हैविंग इन राजस्थान आल्सो, इन यूपी आल्सो, बट और उसकी नॉर्थ, मतलब नॉर्थ टू दिल्ली अगर आप देखोगे एक प्लेस है हरियाणा में, गोरखपुर में, यहाँ बन रहा है. देखो गोरखपुर इज आल्सो इन यूपी, बट ये वाला दिस वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट इज हरियाणा, गोरखपुर. ए इज द राइट आंसर. ठीक है, सो दैट इज व्हाट यू शुड नो. न्यूक्लियर पावर प्लांट जिससे न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी जनरेट होती है. ठीक है, दैट इज व्हाट यू शुड नो. टीबी डे, अगेन डेज बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है. दे हैव आस्क्ड इट प्रीवियसली, अगर आपने देखा होगा. तो टीबी डे कब मनाया जाता है? ट्यूबरकुलोसिस एक्चुअली, और आपको पता है टीबी से सबसे ज्यादा विक्टिम, लार्जेस्ट विक्टिम एक्चुअली, लार्जेस्ट सफरर ऑफ टीबी इज एक्चुअली इन इंडिया. इसलिए ट्यूबरकुलोसिस बिकम्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. इसके लिए एक वैक्सीन भी आती है ना, बीसीजी वैक्सीन, वेरी फेमस वैक्सीन. ठीक है, सो टीबी डे 24 मार्च को मनाया जाता है. प्लीज रिमेंबर इट, because we have seen questions in PYQ previous years where they have asked from days. ठीक है, so 24th March याद रखिएगा. अगर थीम याद रख सकते हो तो वेरी गुड. yes we can end TB, commit, invest, deliver, this was the theme, but at least day तो याद रखिएगा. 24th March is the day on which we celebrate this. ठीक है, let's move on to the next one. हाँ, International Year of Glacier Preservation कौन से ईयर का अनाउंस किया गया? इस साल का याद रखिएगा, है ना. इंटरनेशनल ईयर ऑफ ग्लेशियर प्रिजर्वेशन इज 2025, है ना. ए इज द राइट आंसर. सो इस वही कह रहे, इस साल का, दिस ईयर का याद रखिएगा. दिस इज डिक्लेयर्ड बाय यूनाइटेड नेशन ऑफ कोर्स, इंटरनेशनल ईयर ऑफ ग्लेशियर प्रिजर्वेशन. एंड बिकॉज व्हाई ग्लेशियर प्रिजर्वेशन? बिकॉज आपको पता होगा क्लाइमेट चेंज हो रहा है, ग्लोबल वार्मिंग इज हैपनिंग, उससे ग्लेशियर मेल्ट हो रहा है. सो व्हेन द ग्लेशियर इज मेल्टिंग, व्हाट विल हैपन? इट विल लीड टू राइज इन मीन सी लेवल. सी लेवल का राइज हो जाएगा. दिस विल लीड टू डिस्ट्रक्शन इन कोस्टल एरियाज. सब कुछ कनेक्टेड होता है, इसीलिए ग्लेशियर प्रिजर्व करना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. एंड फॉर दैट वी हैव टू अंडू द ग्लोबल वार्मिंग, व्हाट वी आर डूइंग. ठीक है, इसीलिए पता होना चाहिए. ये इतना इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं, दिस वी आर स्किपिंग. ओके, सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट टुडेस क्लास. आई विल बी मीटिंग यू टुमारो वेडनेसडे एट 7 PM with again a revision series. ठीक है, that would be very very beneficial for you all. So this is all about today's class. Please subscribe to the channel, press the like button, share this video. Thank you everyone. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.